Alright. Right now it's pretty decent out today. It's a little bit cold, but still a little bit hot. So, even though we all spoke out, everybody that, is a gamer that puts their money into physical games, those of us who have bought products that are manufactured by Sony, and it doesn't have to be specifically games. Sony is big in the electronics department. Just about everything, you pretty much have in your place of your living is Sony product. Even if it has a different brand of a stamp on there, it's still from Sony. You go back, 50 years ago, 45 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, we all supported something by Sony. And then you take a look at the run of Rockstar, which they almost been around for almost 30 years, around 26 years. Before they produced some of their big major games, they were doing sports games, TV show type of games for like the PS1, animated based games, a little bit of, then they went from, experiment with GTA for the first 3 for the PS1 back in the day, Midnight Club, Red Dead Revolver, and then the GTA series and the Red Dead Redemption series. The Sony has a lot of companies under their belt who financially may not be able to support themselves to sell physical or to manufacture physical. Let me fix myself on that. To manufacture physical. Yes, there are a lot of other companies that do that. And right now, Rockstar is pretty much taking the hit for Sony. Even though Sony heard us, we all protested, we all signed a petition. A lot of sponsorships and companies that were with Sony with PlayStation are backing out now. Rockstar lost a lot of sponsorships. If you're seeing this on TikTok, I've done a little undercover video talking to one of the employees at Game Exchange. Same thing if you're seeing this on YouTube. So if you're seeing this on TikTok, I'm going to leave a link to that video pinned in the comments. If you're seeing this on YouTube, I'm going to leave a link in the description and also in the comments pinned. You guys are going to check that out, because ever since Sony started doing this, right, Sony right now has starting to lose sales, right? Starting to lose sales. They have already, along with Rockstar, not just lost sales, but also with employees right after the fan base, the supporters. The sales for physicals have gone up even more, right? From movies, vinyls, CDs, and games. The pre-order for a lot of stuff coming out are so low. For example, people didn't bother to pick up their pre-orders of Assassin's Creed Black Flag for the PS5. So they were told to give the 10 boxes out for free. I got mine for free, which was really cool. Art. I put that away for my sacreds. The pre-orders for GTA 6 are so bad. So low. They practically dropped. And they even said, along with big retail stores, hey, we're not going to put out GTA 6. We're not going to charge our customers. And this is what they're doing, because we talked about this in the interview. Little undercover video I did. Is that if you bought it pre-order on the game store, let's say standard edition for like $100, you got to go to the GameStop and pay another 100 for the download code, which means you just spent $200. Just like if you bought the deluxe edition, right, which is roughly around 150 to 160, right? Pre-order, pre-bought on the store. When you go to GameStop, you got to spend another 150, another 160. You just spent $340. But those orders are so low. Now they're gonna, hopefully, that yes, they should be doing the physical copies come December, almost around Christmas time, because they have two different launch sales for November, but nobody cares. But Sony still decided to go through and say, hey, we hear you guys, we don't care, we're still moving forward with digital. You know, they're still moving forward with having access to everybody's systems. That's why Xbox with Microsoft has gone up in sales, because they're not going to quit physicals because they don't go through Sony. I have a feeling after November, after the end of this year, pretty much, I have a feeling, and this all depends, by the way, this all depends on the physical sales come December, which probably end up hitting around December 20th, almost close to Christmas time. But I have a feeling come after the holidays at the most, is that I think Rockstar is going to want to quit their partnership, their deal with Sony, and I have a feeling they're going to go with somebody else come next year. Rockstar may end up doing a deal with Microsoft, and I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case. And I hope they do go with Microsoft. I hope they do, because a lot of games that are coming out that people are looking forward to, people are going to want on physical. And Rockstar, right, is going to want they're going to want Red Dead 3 to have a physical release. They're even going to want, and let's say Sony says, hey, we're not going to do physical releases for Christmas time, right? Then I can see Rockstar definitely leaving, and to definitely go with Microsoft and then have GTA 6 re-released for physical. I can see that happening. And Sony wouldn't be able to do nothing because they don't own any of the work that Rockstar does. They're just a manufacturing company. So if I was Rockstar, if I was the head of Rockstar, I would say, hey, anybody who pre-ordered GTA 6, we're gonna give you guys your money back. We're going to now step away from Sony, and we're going to go ahead and pay whatever money they want, and then do a deal with Microsoft, and have GTA 6 be pushed back for another year and have it drop next year for physical. I understand everybody would be upset, like, oh, we gotta wait another year, but it would be worth it. And I would say set it for a summer release date. Set it for a summer release date. Set it for the summer release date. Of 2027. Is what Rockstar should do. And I think a lot of people will agree, like, hey, get the lawyers, pay whatever money you need to pay to get out of the deal, the contract with Sony, go make the deal with Microsoft, put off GTA 6 till next year for a summer release through Microsoft for a physical release for the summer of 2027, And if they do that, the pre-orders and them sales after the pre-orders will go up so much. It's like, boom, you're gonna pretty much make your money back. Like, you're gonna make it back. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna let y'all go so I can get across this road.